Hello students, today we'll continue with our exercise 1.3 and let's start from the fifth question. What the fifth question is saying, what can the maximum number of digits be in the repeating block of digits in the decimal expansion of 1 by 17? Perform the division to check your answer. Here what they are asking you, you have to divide your 1 by 17 to find how many repeating digits will be there in this division. So what you will do first, as 1 is less than 17, you will divide by 0. Then you will give decimal point, you can take 0 again. Now here you can observe only 10, again 10 is less than 70. So you will give again 0's division. It will be 10, again 0. Now 17, 6 you will give, and so on. So what if you proceed in this? No, 17 6 will be greater than 100. 17 5 85, right? So it will be 15. Again 0 will be there. Again you are going to divide by 17 and give by 17 8s and so on. I am not going to perform this division. You should be able to divide by 17. So if you go in this sense, continue with the division, what numbers you will get? That will be 5 8 8 2 3 5 2 9 4 1 1 7 6 4 7. So these much of numbers, a block of number digits you will get which are repeating. After this again it will start from 0 5 8 2 3 and all. So what the question was asking, how many digits will be repeated in this repeating block. So there are 16 digits. 16 digits. And always remember, the number of digits in the repeating block will be less than your divisor. Here you can observe number of digits which are repeating are less than your divisor, that is 17. So you have to remember this thing. If your digits block of digits that is repeating are increasing by your divisor, then that means there might be mistake in your division. Okay. Now moving to the sixth question. Look at several examples of rational number in the form p by q, where p and q are integers with no common factors other than 1 and having terminating decimal representation, or that is expansion. Can you guess what property q must satisfy? So what the question is saying, in any p by q form, that is rational form, we have seen any number, if I wrote this 2 by 10, it is not a perfect rational number because here you can reduce it. 2 1 are 2, 2 5 are 10. So 1 by 5 will be the reduced form, and the least, that is the reduced form, we are representing as p by q form of a rational number. So here 1 by 5 is a rational number, 2 by 10 is also a rational number, but while representing mathematically, we are always representing any ratio in simplest form or reduced form. Getting it? Now here you can observe this numerator, that is 1, and denominator, that is 5, don't have any common factor other than 1, that is p. 1 is p and 5 is q. In question it is saying p and q are not having any common factors other than 1 in any rational number, right? It is, because we are writing in reduced form, and your numerator and denominator will not have any common factor. So this statement is done. We understood. Now what does it say for the other part of the your sentence? Terminal decimal expansion, that is terminating. For example, here we can see 1 by 5. If I convert it into the decimal form, what I will get? 0.2, right? So 1 by 5 I have written as 0.2. It is terminating. It is terminating. Now, let's take second example. For example, 3 by 2 is there. What we will get? 1.5. It is also terminating. Next, let's suppose we'll take 4 by or 6 by 10 or 4 by 10. It will be 0.4. It is also terminating. So if we move on this, taking all the terminating p by q form of rational number, what we can understand, every terminating rational number while represented in p by q form, the denominator is either 5. Let's write this, and you have to remember this. Every terminating rational number will have q, right? Either or we'll write q will be in the form q will be of 2 or powers of 2, 5 or powers of 5, or combination of both. Combination of both means here this 5 is the combination of 2 and 5, right? And it is terminating decimal. That's why we have written this q, that is denominator, will be either 2 or its power of 2. What does it mean, power of 2? It could be like this. That is, in denominator you can have, if you divide any number by 2, it will be terminating. If you divide any number by 2 to the power 2, that is 4, it will be terminating. 2 to the power 3, that is 8. If you divide by 8, it will be terminating. Any number. If you divide any number by 2 to the power 4 and represent it in the form of p by q, always it will be terminating, because here q is in the form of 2 or 2's power. The same thing will happen for if you divide any number by 5, 5 to the power 2, 5 to the power 3, 5 to the power 4, and so on, right? And the same thing also will happen, that is, you will get the terminating number if you divide any number by combination of both 2 and 5. Let's suppose 21 is there, I am dividing 21. If I write this fraction will be of terminating decimal expansion. If I write here 2 into 5 to the power 2, again, because it is the combination of 2 and 5, it will be terminating. If I write, I'll change here 2 to the power 4. Here you can observe the denominator is of combination of 2 and 5. We don't have to consider, or we don't have to deal with this power while taking the combination, because ultimately it will be the combination of 2 and 5. That's why just remember, in denominator if you have 2 or 2's power, or 5 or 5's power, or both, that is a number formed by combination of 2's power and 5's power. So always it will be a terminating decimal. Okay. Now moving to the 7th question. Write 3 numbers whose decimal expansion are non-terminating, non-recurring. That means we have to write irrational number, because we have seen what is meant by irrational number. Number when converted into decimal expansion, the decimals will not be terminating and not recurring. The first example that we have took, what was that? That is pi. Pi value is 3.142856 and so on. Here the number, these digits are not repeating and also it is not terminating. Now, this is the first example of irrational number. What the question is asking, we have to give 3 numbers. Again, we have seen if we put in square root any non-perfect square number, it will be an example of irrational number. So if I write root 2 or root 3 or root 7 or root 5, anything, any number which is not perfect square number, I can't put root 4 into this root because it will be 2, because we can find the square root of 4 as 4 is a perfect square number. I can't put 9 in the square root to give the example of irrational number because it will be a rational number. We can find its square root. So always put any non-perfect number in square root to get irrational number. Same will be for cube root. But here in cube root, you have to put a number which is not a perfect cube. So you can put 2, 3, 4 up to 7. But you can't include 8 because cube root of 8 again it will be 2. Again you can start with 9, 10 up to 27. 26 you can put. And this continues. Just you have to keep in mind you can put only non-perfect cube number in cube root. To give an example of irrational number, I can put here 21 also because 21 is not a perfect cube number. So this is what the third example. Again you can write what you can write. If I want to give the example again, more example, you can take any 0.2789 anything. Just write dot dot dot. What does it mean? These numbers are not repeating and it is not terminating. Let's you can also do this. Let's say fifth example also. I can also write in this form. Here you can observe I am increasing the number of zeros. Here only 1 0 was there, here 2 0, here 3 0, here 4 0. So number of zeros will be increasing and it is succeeded by 1. You can write any number 1, 2, 3, 4, here any number. So in this way you can also give an example of irrational number. Getting it? Now let's move to the question number 8. Find 3 different irrational numbers between rational numbers. So between these 2 rational numbers we have to find 3 irrational numbers. Previously we have seen how to find rational numbers between 2 rational numbers. What we have seen how to find rational numbers. Let's revise 9 by 11 and 5 by 7. If I want to find rational numbers between these, what I can do, I'll just add this number and divide them by 2 to get a middle term. 5 by 7 plus 9 by 11 divided by 2. I will get this middle term. Right? And the number which we obtained, we can also add it to 5 by 7 and divide by 2. We'll get again the middle term between this. If I add this number to this and divide by 2, I will get this number, and this process will so go on. You just need to add 2 numbers, divide by 2, you will get a middle number which will be a rational number. This we have seen previously. Now in this example what they are asking you to find irrational number between these 2 rational numbers. So let's see how to find. Whenever any 2 rational numbers are given and they are asking you to find irrational number between them, just convert it into decimal expansion. So here I'll write it in decimal expansion. You should be able to divide your 5 by 7. By 0 we can divide, then decimal. 7 7s are 49. So it will be 1. Again decimal will be there 7.0 will be there, 7 1s are 7. 3 will be there. Again 0. 7 4s are 28. again 2 0, 7 2s are 14, 6 will be there, 7 8s are, and this process will go on. We need at least 3 to 4 digits. So decimal expansion of this will be 0.7142. I'm not writing this 8. You can write as many as number you want. Now divide by this 9 by 11. What I will get? 0. I'm directly taking 8 is 88. 2. Again 0 will be there. 1 is 11 1 is 11. 9 again 0. 88. Again 2. Here you can observe this 81 is repeating. That's why we can directly write the expansion of 9 by 11 as 0.81 bar. Getting it? Now, as we want to find irrational number between these two, so always take first two digits because they are creating the difference. So here 0.71 and 0.81 is there. So we have to find numbers between 0.71 and 0.81. So just write any number which is greater than 0.7. You can start with 0.72. You can start with 73, 74, 75 up to 80. Okay, so it will be up to 0.80. Now just write any numbers and give dot dot dot. That means it is not terminating and it is not repeating. Here 0.74, I can write 6, 7, 8, 9, anything. Just give the or represent it as it is not ending and also not repeating. Here also I can also write this 80 as 0, 8, 0, 0, 0, 8, 0, 0, 0, 0, 8. The same thing which I have explained in the previous example. I am increasing the number of zeros. Getting it? So all these will be the examples of irrational number, and if they are all these are lying between these two rational numbers. First we have converted into decimal expansion. We have taken two digits and written first two digits between these two numbers, greater than these two digits and less than these two digits. Okay. Now moving to the ninth question. What is ninth question? Classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. Here we have to classify them as rational and irrational. So the first one, let's start with the solution. First one, root 23. Just now we have seen if we put any non-perfect square number in square root, it will be an example of irrational number, right? Second one, I am explaining one by one, but you have to write directly rational number, this, irrational number, this, while solving an example. But the best method to write, solve one by one. Here, second one is root 225. As we know, root 225, this is the square of 50. So directly I can write 50. And we know that 15 is rational number. So it will be a rational number. Getting it? Now the third one. What it is? Third one. 0.3796. Here I can see this number is terminating decimal. And we know that if a number is terminating or repeating, it is example of rational number. Got this? Now this fourth. Here you can observe this is not. I'll write it again. What it is? 7.478478, so on. This dot dot means so on. It is not ending. Here you can observe, here numbers are not repeating and they are also not terminating because infinite numbers are there after these numbers. So this will be an example of non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. And we know if a decimal is non-terminating, non-repeating, it is irrational number. Got this? Now the fifth one. Fifth one we can directly see the same. Here you can observe. First 10 was there, 100, then 1000, then 10,000 and so on. Here you can see numbers are not repeating and also they are not terminating. So it is also an irrational number. So just write fifth question and write irrational number because digits are not repeating and not terminating. So this was up to exercise 1.3.